Jalen Rose, I'm David Jacoby. We are Jalen and Jacoby. What is it that we do?
We get the people! What they want.
There is so much to discuss from the weekend, not just the NBA playoffs. We have some NFL news as well. We're going to get to the Celtics and Nets, but let's start where the action from the weekend finished last night, and that is with Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans evening the series with the number one seed in the Western Conference, Phoenix Suns. It is now 2-2. Jalen Rose, is this one in jeopardy of being lost by the Suns?
I tried to tell y'all, if there was an NBA stock to invest, it's the Pelicans. So you see in Brandon Ingram looking like KD used to look in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Trae Willie, first-year head coach. What they start, 0-11? Was they
1-12, 3-16.
Okay, got it. Turn their team around. Valanciunas out there playing quality minutes, making jumpers, posting up, being big.
It ain't pretty, but it goes in.
But I got more for you, family. I got more for you.
Talk to me.
Player development. Coming into the season, nobody was talking about Alvarado.
No.
Nobody's talking about him.
Only the street in LA.
Now all of a sudden he got the pettiest thief in the league. And he even got Chris Paul.
I can't believe he got Chris Paul.
Paul jewels.
I can't believe he got Chris Paul.
He got him finally. He got him. And man, and also it's more Jacoby. Look at that. Look at Pesky. Look at Pesky turning defense into offense. Exciting to watch. Exciting to watch. And more, Jacoby. How about Herb Jones?
Oh, yeah.
Blocking jumpers. No,
Threes.
hold on. I'm not saying blocking layups or dunks. Blocking three-point shots of other adult professional men in playoff games.
Almost keeping them in bounds.
Right.
He's almost keeping them in bounds.
Right. It's so the effort and the tenacity that they're playing with. I'm so it so embodies the playoffs, and it's refreshing to watch. And they're taking it. And I know the Suns clearly, the defending Western Conference champions, are playing without Devin Booker, and I know Chris Paul, is advanced in age, but they're taking it. I appreciate that, and this is a fantastic series. And lastly, look at the petty. It's only right. You CP3, I'm not helping you up. You get jammed up, don't mention my name. I'm not helping you up. No. Watch out. I love that. That's an attitude Trae Willie is putting in the Pelicans. I appreciate that. Watch out, CP.
I love what I have seen from the Pelicans. And to think that Zion Williamson, a former number one pick, is sitting on the bench in street clothes, and this team is doing what it's doing. However, Mr. Rose, I do not see them winning this series. Do you think they win this series?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
They're not going to be able to do it.
It's so much fun to watch, though. Game 6 will be great in New Orleans, too.
Absolutely. And remember, Willie was on Monty's staff last year. There's a lot of synergy there to how they deliver a message. And Ime Udoka, as we talk about him, when you watch these squads, Jacoby, the players are allowing themselves to be coached. Mikal Bridges, Cameron Payne, DeAndre Ayton, these are young players growing into their games, allowing themselves to be coached. I appreciate watching it.
And will the Hawks be live above the Heineken River Deck here at Pier 17 in New York City? Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen Rose, the number one seed in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat, lost one game to the Hawks over the weekend, but not the most recent. They now have a commanding 3-1 lead, and Jimmy Butler looking like Jimmy Buckets these playoffs.
And also Eric Spoelstra, who now has developed his roster and his rotation throughout the season. They don't normally have players playing high minutes or very high usage. Tyler Hero is going to be Sixth Man of the Year. So now all of a sudden Jimmy becomes buckets in the playoffs. And they've done a terrific job of making Trae Young play through physicality, play in the crowd, contest everything, and also take over the home arena of the Hawks. All I heard was Heat fans.
Yep.
And that was surprising in a lot of ways. But for the Atlanta Hawks, again, they go as Trae Young continues to produce, and the Miami Heat just have been swarming them this entire series. They're not going to win another game.
I do not expect the Hawks to win another game either. However, in the other series in the Eastern Conference on the same side of this bracket, the Heat, assuming they win, will be awaiting the winner of the Sixers-Raptors series. While this one is also 3-1, it's been a little bit more contested, and Joel Embiid is dealing with a thumb injury. Scotty Barnes is coming back. Is this still a series?
The Sixers will win this series. The key for them is to do it in the next game. Because if they don't do so, then we start talking about the times Doc Rivers lost 3-1 leads. Then we look deeper into the box score and start talking about James Harden field goal percentage and his three-point percentage in this series. And Toronto starts to get healthy and get confident. And also, Joel is dealing with a thumb injury that may require surgery this offseason. And as an MVP-level player, that clap to me was like, see y'all next year. That's what he was thinking when he was doing that. And so I believe that they'll find a way to close it out in Philly because you don't want to play extra games and give these Raptors confidence.
Especially when you have the Miami Heat waiting in that second round series that I'm going to love every second of. Now, moving our attention to the Western Conference, the Warriors looked to sweep the Nuggets. However, it was the Nuggets down the stretch at home that got the win. And of course, whenever the Nuggets get a win, that man, Nikola Jokic, is always in the middle of it.
Shout to Russell and Sierra. Joker is the anchor. And high point totals, gonna give you the rebounds. But the thing that's truly infectious is when your best player actually can pass the ball and make people around them better. So now Monte Morris can get going. Bones Highland can going. Will Barton can stand there, corner store, and understand that he's going to give me a chance to make this late shot for three. And then that translated into energy. Shout out to Austin Rivers, the way he was playing. He plays so many quality minutes, in particular defensively. So it was a total team effort, and I appreciate how they played with pride and not wanting to be swept.
Yep, Austin Rivers defended that lob pass from out of bounds, which was a key play in the game. And Mr. Rose, I might gamble on sports from time to time now that it's legal here in New York City. And I have noticed that in the wake of the Devin Booker injury, the Warriors are now the favorites to win the championship. I'm sure that
beat. And then now you think about some of the plays late, like not dunking it when he had Trae Young on him. And then you look deeper into the box score and you're like, wait a minute, he's a few years in and he's still not attempting shots outside of the paint. Let me say that. I wish I could say that in a different language. Not attempting shots outside of the paint. That's a mental block. Jacoby, when we were at the game on Saturday, when he came out, I looked at Greedy and said, there's some people in these stands. It's about to be a playoff game tonight. He is not going to shoot that ball, watch. He stood, he dribbled, he talked to some people, he went back in, and then he came back out and was doing some passing exercises to warm up with some guys that wasn't going to play in the game, some things that the team require you to do in case you're going to be ready to go on Monday. But if he was going to play in this series, the game was Saturday. That was the do or die game because no team has ever come back from 0-3 in the NBA playoffs. So if you're saying, and the reports are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that he might play Monday and not play Saturday, I said it on this show. I didn't believe it was going to happen. And it's really unfortunate for all sides.
Well, Jalen, the Nets are in trouble, and so are the Atlanta Hawks because, like the Nets, their superstar has been stifled. And will the Hawks be able to beat the Sixers